already know this is Pun Drunk Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Moo, who shot himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know if y'all been following the channel, I always consider these fighters my modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. They put their life on the line for a pure entertainment. I know it may sound cliche to y'all, but that's just the way I consider these fighters. I believe that these fighters are special human beings. I think these fighters are superheroes, and it is what it is, man. That's the way I look at them. I respect them to the fullest, and of course, man, yes, we want to hold these fighters accountable for things, the way their career has been moved and such and such, you know. I think we are a little too harsh on fighters, you know. I think we are. I think we want to micromanage these fighters, how the way they talk, they fight, the way they move, and everything. You know, we act like these fighters owe us something. You know what I'm saying? We act like we're the slave masters, and you do what we say you gotta do, and you fight who I want you to fight, and you better do it now, or you a bitch if you don't. Or you crap, or you a pussy if you don't. Or you scared, you fear for the other man, you better do it, or you a duck if you don't. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about humble all the time in the sport of boxing. Now, this fighter gotta be humble, this fighter gotta be humble, but what about us? Should we be humble? We talk about all these fighters delusional, or are we delusional as well? Are we delusional as well when we say that this fighter is scared of another fighter when they was just groomed and molded just to fight and feed their family with their bare hands? Are they the humble, or are they the unhumble ones, inhumble ones, however you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? English is my second language. Or we got to be the humble ones, because we talk a lot of crap. We talk a lot of shit. We talk like if we know more than what they do in the ring, when this is their life, this is their profession, this is their occupation. We talk all the shit that we want, but at the end of the day, we talk shit, but we're not going to be in that ring. They could talk all the shit that they want, but guess what? You know what they're going to do after that? They're going to train their 10 to 8 weeks camp, and they're going to go inside that ring, and they're going to have to prove whatever that comes out their mouth prior to the fight. But they're going to go out there and fight. They're going to go out there and fight. Now, Ryan Garcia, a lot of people been talking a lot of crap about him. Hey, even I have taken my little shots at Ryan Garcia, but never, I don't see him as I don't see him as a modern-day warrior, modern-day gladiators. Ryan Garcia is a warrior. Ryan Garcia is one of the good phenom in the sport of boxing. They got a lot of potential, and I know he got a lot of potential. Got one of the fastest hands in the sport of boxing. Been fighting since the age of 6 and 7. Should he have things outside of boxing just like everybody else? Just like if you work in your own job, do you have problems in your own households? Do you suffer from health? Do you suffer from losing a relationship or whatever you going on in life? But you still gotta work and make ends meet, and you still gotta go work and pay the bills. And sometimes you gotta keep a straight face, you know, when you're working, because sometimes you may be, you know, going through a lot of things in your life, and you're going through a lot of stress, and you're depressed, but you still got to keep that, especially men. You feel me? We got to keep that straight face, like ain't nothing bothering us, like ain't nothing going on in our lives. But then, you know what I'm saying, inside we dying, inside we suffering. But in boxing, we don't give a damn about them. In boxing, we treat these fighters like animals and chickens and insects, and step on them, and roaches and things of that nature, because we don't really give a damn about these fighters or what they go through, because all we want them to do is just fight. And if you don't fight, you garbage. Basura. And that's not right, because if we're hardcore boxing fans, we got to hold these fighters up. If we love this sport, and we love these fighters, and we got to preserve these fighters, we got to give them the benefit of the doubt, because at the end of the day, it's them risking their lives. Even though that you may not like that they talk shit, even if you don't like that they suffer from mental illness, maybe if you don't like it that they're going through stress in their own lives, or maybe they're on child support, or maybe going through divorce, or maybe they got some injuries, and they still got to go out there and fight, because they got to prove you wrong. The people that don't really give a damn about them and also always disrespect them. Never give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, I'm not saying don't give your intellect the benefit of the doubt, because at the end of the day, hey, one of the things I hate the most is somebody trying to disrespect my intellect, my intelligence as a human being. Want to downplay my intelligence as a human being. Want to think that our intelligence, that we're just a bunch of suckers. Of course, boxing is a gangster's playground. We know that there's a lot of things in the surface of boxing. There's a boxing in the surface, and there's boxing behind the scenes. And behind the scenes, we ain't never gonna know what's going on. We never gonna know how much these fighters really get paid, unless if you're close with a fighter, you advise a fighter, manage a fighter, train a fighter. Ryan Garcia deserves our benefit of the doubt. Ryan Garcia should not be written off at the age of that he just turned 23. Why is Ryan Garcia getting ousted? He fought in January, and I saw his live show. And you know what? And I seen the comments that people was commenting on his live, on his IG live, and I'm like, what the hell is people going? What's wrong with people? The man's occupation is fighting, is feeding his family. His 2 kids, he's feeding it with his bare hands. But we don't give a damn. And I want to say this, Ryan Garcia, I apologize for the things I've said about any other fighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a comedic dude, and I'm a joke around. I'm going to keep on joking around. You understand what I'm saying? I respect y'all, and but I got to hold y'all words, I got to hold y'all accountable for the things y'all be saying. But at the end of the day, I know what you've been doing since yay high. Ryan Garcia been in the amateurs, won a bunch of national titles and golden gloves, and got to the professional level, got a good contract, and people want to call him after that. You got legends of the game like Floyd Mayweather, who did the same thing that Ryan Garcia did in the beginning, and how he was born into the sport of boxing and been fighting to the sport. Floyd Mayweather should understand Ryan Garcia more than almost all of us. So call him an IG fighter or YouTube fighter, as a fighter yourself that was trying to sign Ryan Garcia. Let's not forget that. Floyd Mayweather was gunning to sign Ryan Garcia. Y'all forgot. That's another thing. That's another problem in the sport of boxing. That when we have iconic figures disrespecting other fighters, especially young fighters, then casually everybody else who jump on that fighter, well, Floyd Mayweather say you an IG fighter, so you must be an IG fighter. Like, if you can't entertain other folks in your social media platform. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all all got social media. Do you put everything on your social media? What y'all do at work? Either you're a plumber, mechanic, work in the office, or entrepreneur. Do you post everything, or do you post different stuff? Do you post something clowning around, a picture with your significant other, pictures with your kids, and then you doing some silly stuff, or whatever. You in the club. You post a bunch of different stuff. Ryan Garcia, yes, he's a fighter. He can't entertain the folks, and he can't punch a body bag. He can't do none of that. He has just to be a fighter for you. Just for you. And he can't be nothing else. How about if he's carrying his kids and stuff like that, playing around with his kids, you're going to be like, hey, yo, look at you. You playing with your daughter and stuff like that. You looking like a bitch, huh? Or he can't play with your daughter because all you want him to do is just fight for you. A person that don't give a damn about him. And at the end of the day, man, we got in the habit of watching and praying to see the downfalls of these fighters. Ha, 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 you lost. Ha, ha, you got hit. You got exposed. Ha, 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 ha. It's always just bringing jokes to the fighters. What kind of boxing fans are you? But then when these fighters die, shout out to Patrick Day and his family, my condolences. And and Pachorda Colon, hope he's getting better every day. You ain't in Pachorda Colon's. You're not helping his mother. You haven't sent nothing, no money. You haven't sent no type of comfort. You haven't helped out. Have you sent a message to Pachorda Colon's mom and said, hey, do you need anything? I can help you out. I'm going to go out there. You know, thank you, man. Your son could have been a hell of a fighter. When's the last time you sent a message to Pachorda Colon? When's the last time you sent a message to Patrick Day's family? Everybody got social media. Boxing fans, the ones that need the humbleness is us. The ones that act delusional is us. Because if we know boxing and we know the sacrifices that a person needs to take to step inside that ring, we all will be encouraged to support our fighters, their ups and their downs. Ryan Garcia, I'm pulling for you, my brother. I can't wait for 2022. I think you're going to have a hell of a year. And I think you're going to surprise a lot of people. Because in boxing, you know, it always takes that one fight so people to wake up. Ryan Garcia, you're one of the phenom in the sport of boxing. You keep on doing your thing. You let nobody hold you down. You stay closer to God because God first, everything second, my brother. You are going to be one of the top dogs, and you're going to be a future Hall of Famer, just like guys like Gervonta Tank Davis, just like guys like Devin Haney, just like guys Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, George Cambosa, Brandon Lee, Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Chris Colbert, all of you. I'm supporting all of you fighters and all the women out there too. Baum Gardner, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Mayer, Jessica McCaskill, all the ladies out there, all the fighters. I love y'all and thank you for putting your life on the line for my pure entertainment. I hope everybody feels the same way. But I ain't trying to micromanage your feelings the way y'all trying to micromanage boxers.